Rhori, my loves. Lord, if you could only see the way I have my studio. I cannot touch anything. I cannot breathe too hard, or everything is falling apart. My God, today. Hey, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Let's just get right into it, child. We are running a little behind. So, what we're going to start off with, we are going to start off with the Real House. Ooh, come on. Let's not in front of company. We're going to start off with the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. We're going to check it out to see if that's something that we want to get into. Then we are going to get into Beverly Hills because ain't nothing going on there. Then we're going to get into 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. And then we're going to end with Love After Lockup because at 6 my time, the show starts. So I want to get off in enough time for that. And right after tonight's episode, I'm going to hop on here and we're going to talk about that. And then I'm going to let you enjoy your weekend until, well, you know, you're enjoying it now, but you won't see me until Monday. So that's what we are doing here. How do we feel about the Real Housewives of Rhode Island for those of us who have already checked out the, well, I haven't. I just saw some pictures. And let me tell you today, my God, today, why in the hell did Bravo do that? Did you see that? We're going to go through the pics, but it's heavily like outside of Bravo, it's heavily edited, and I'm so concerned. I'm just like, ugh, what is happening there? Who is this? Okay, child, I always gotta check my calendar before I get on here. You just never know. You just never know. Hold on, I'm just bringing up the trailer. Okay, got it. Got it. Let's bring up the cast. So the first person that we have is Dolores. No, I'm not going to start with Dolores. We're going to end with Dolores. Let's start with Kelsey. What is Kelsey's bio? Kelsey is not on here. This is it. This is her. Kelsey Swanson. Kelsey Swanson has lived a charmed life as a beauty queen, playing house in a castle owned by her wealthy boyfriend. And now at a crossroads, Kelsey must decide between the comfort of her gilded arrangement and a future on her own terms. When her loyalty to Liz is tested, Kelsey worries about going up against the group's heaviest hitters, and losing her greatest cheerleader. Huh. You know what? Let me start off with the bio for this. This is the bio for, we'll get back to Kelsey. Hold on. Because I realize I don't know nothing about Rhode Island. Let's get into the bio. The Bravo bio for the Real Housewives of Rhode Island says, "Welcome to the Ocean State. It may be America's smallest, but don't be fooled. The drama is wicked wild." Wicked. Okay. Okay. In a place where everyone knows everyone and family names carry serious weight. Nothing is ever truly forgotten. Friendships are built over decades. Loyalties are deeply rooted and secrets guarded at all costs until betrayal strikes and cracks begin to show. I'm gonna be honest with you, Bravo. That did not sell me. Let's get into the cast. Let's get into the cast. We got our girl Kelsey. Next up, we have Joe Ellen. No, we're not going to do Joe Ellen. I'm going to go in order of way Bravo has it because it's just easier. Let's start off with Alicia. Alicia Kamadi. Alicia Kamadi is kickstarting her Boss Babe era, pushing her way. Why did they use Wicked? Isn't Wicked for Boston? Right? Why they use Wicked? Didn't that seem weird to y'all? Rhode Island, yeah. Why they use Wicked? Okay, Alicia Kamadi is kickstarting her Boss Babe era, pushing her way into her fiance Billy's. Everybody's engaged. Okay. Popular restaurant Pizza Mama, a proud self-described flip-flopper. Alicia might call you a horror one minute and pull you into a hug the next. When Alicia opens the vault on her past, she is faced with navigating long-standing relationships and a personal growth that leaves one lifelong friend completely blindsided. Okay, Alicia. Oh, what are the ages? Because this group seems very off. Do y'all know the ages? They're not giving me any ages here. Next up, we have Rosie. Doesn't she look like JoJo? I thought this was JoJo. I was like, oh, okay, Rosie. She's a cutie though. Rosie is a former Rhode Island television news anchor, and her husband, Rich, are leveling up, trading their cozy over-the-garage apartment for a sprawling dream home. As Rosie focuses on growing her local lifestyle program, she also faces challenges with her inner circle, leaving her to reassess loyalties and where she truly fits in with this evolving close-knit group. Okay. Next up we have Ashley Lincolnelli from The Bachelor. Fresh from finding her Prince Charming on television, influencer and former Bachelor personality Ashley Lincolnelli quickly learns that life after I Do isn't as blissful as she imagined, being between raising two young children, adjusting to life in Rhode Island, and co-owning a struggling cafe with her husband, Jared. Ashley's loyalties are tested when Rosie claims she never has her back. All righty. Next up, we have Liz. Liz, these photos are heavily edited, y'all. Liz is from Rhode Island's cannabis queen. Liz McGraw isn't just running one of the country's most successful dispensaries. She's also the person to know in the smallest state in the union. When she and her husband Jerry learn they're about to become grandparents. Okay. Liz makes one thing clear. She will not be trading couture for a rocking chair as she prepares for a new chapter in her family life. Shifting dynamics within her inner circle tests her influence and bonds her and the bonds she's held close. All right. Next up, we have Rula. The color of the show. Rula is grounded in tradition and guided by faith. Rula Nimi Poncherelli puts family above all else. Proud of her Lebanese roots, she brings deeply held values in the group, especially when it comes to marriage. When rumors about her husband begin to circulate, Rula is forced to confront uncomfortable questions that challenge her beliefs, resilience, and commitment, putting her personal life under an unrelenting spotlight. All right, and we already got our girl, Kelsey, who also looks like JoJo. A lot of these women look like JoJo. What's going on over there on Rhode Island? Okay. Next up, we have Joe Ellen. Joe Ellen, let's read about Miss Thing. Joe Ellen Tiberi may not be known for cooking dinner, but she's never short on spilling tea. When sensitive information involving Rula's marriage circulates within the group, Jo Ellen finds herself caught between honesty and discretion. Unresolved issues with her mother resurfaces, forcing her to confront long-buried childhood wounds and reckon with personal costs of always being the one who tells it like it is. Okay. And now we're going to end with Dolores, who I don't know why she's... This don't make no sense to me, but we will see. Friend and familiar face Dolores Cantina leaves the Jersey Shore behind to spend the summer in Rhode Island with her close friend Liz McGraw. Together, the two embark on a new entrepreneurial venture, a menopause gummy brand, while soaking up some fun and a little drama along the way. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I am not interested based off of the bios and the cast. Let me look at the trailer to see, because this cast doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But we'll see. So let's get into it.
In Rhode Island, everyone knows everyone. People here, they don't look down on other states, but they are weirded out that other states exist. The ocean state, it's teeny, but to us, it's the center of the universe.
Welcome to Rhode Island, where nobody tells anybody the truth, and everybody just lies to each other's faces, but talks behind their back. Welcome. I love it here. Smallest state with the biggest attitude. What are you gonna do?
I went to a psychic once and she said, you carry so many people's energies on you. And she's like,
too.
you need to go into an Epstein salt bath.
Epstein.
This season, the Real Housewives of Rhode.
Cheers to effing Rhode Island.
Cheers to not being sorry and moving on.
I've been waiting for this all day because, like, I'm about to climax. I need to know what happened.
Never have I ever had sex on a boat.
I think we had sex with my ex on a boat.
I think we had sex on land.
And someone was showing up.
Don't even say hello.
Is that a rula la?
Rula's half Syrian.
Oh, well, what? You know what? Let me look at it on YouTube. Oh, what just happened? What the heck? Let me just watch it on YouTube, child. I'm gonna hold my thought.
Remodeling homes, creating content.
I'm gonna hold my
that's why I started using Upwork. I rely on Out.
Is that a rule la la?
Not the case. He is smart, but he is. I just pray that you somehow hurt him. I'm 42. I haven't had any kids. I don't think it's something that we should rule out.
This is like a deal breaker. You should tell me now. I know that you're insecure about how Audrey's doesn't bring enough in.
The two people in my life are the most wonderful people ever. Now you're saying that you do have two boyfriends.
What?
Every girl waits for their big fairy tale moment, and sometimes I feel like I don't think I'll ever get one.
Why didn't you ever love me? And if I didn't show it, it's because that's how I was raised.
Just don't fake us.
Alright, sorry. So crying.
You f***ing deserve it. With my husband, my kids, my job, I'm gonna ruin your life. She doesn't like spotlight on anybody else but her. A narcissist, but you are a rotten human being.
What have I done to you? You're literally f***ing alive. You're not well prepared. You're a f***ing bitch. Get the f*** out.
My makeup looked really pretty today. When your makeup looks the best, it's like
That's
usually when you cry the most.
Okay, so from the trailer, guys, this looks terrible. Ooh, this doesn't look good. This does not look good, y'all. Why the hell did y'all go to Rhode Island? Who told y'all that? We said Chicago. Why are y'all not in Chicago? We said New Orleans. I don't understand. I mean, I feel like even Santa Barbara would have gave you something. What else? No red states, unfortunately. We can't. Yikes. Chicago, New Orleans, Philly. Girl, but they will all be that. Nobody wealthy lives in Philly unless, Center City. But I wouldn't want to put no heat on me like that. Never mind. If you're not going to, but listen, if you're not going to do Jersey, you should do Philly. That just would make the most sense. This does not, the cast don't make any sense. That none of them look like they're friends. I can see why the pictures are heavily edited. The cast is a little jarring. No Dolores. Y'all brought Dolores to save the show, and she's nowhere in the trailer. So that lets me know y'all filmed the season. It wasn't good. Y'all brought Dolores in to zhuzh it up. What's wrong with you? Okay, why can we not do Jersey without Teresa and her family? There are no interesting housewives in Jersey? Yikes. That wasn't good, y'all. That wasn't good. Oh, Lord. What do you guys have to say? I'm only going to talk for about 5 minutes because I got a lot to say about 90 Day Fiance. But this doesn't look good. This does not look good. Oh, thank God. Girl, me and my mom, the way we were talking about you yesterday and today, we were terrified. Please hit me up on Instagram right now and send me your contact information that you feel comfortable with sending me if you want to. Because I need another way of reaching you, not just on YouTube. Girl, we were terrified. Hey, E for Empathy. E for Empathy said, hey, Nikki and Mama Star and Star fam, happy Friday. I'm still recovering, but wanted to thank you all for your prayers and let y'all know I miss y'all. Thank you for this community. Yes, we miss you so much. My mama was concerned. We went to glory about you, girl. So glad you're doing better. Hey, Spency. Spency said, hi, Nikki and Star fam. I'm excited for this review. Before the 90 days is a hot mess. Quick update on my Real Housewives of Atlanta journey. I just saw the pillow fight cinema. They will never have another show like that. Even if they try to recreate it, I don't think it will be done. Hey, Dr. Edmani, how are you? I'm so sorry for looking at myself. I look so crazy right now. I can't take it, y'all. I'm trying to like, so if you don't know, I'm doing like this challenge where my challenge is to wear my natural hair all Black History Month. I'm struggling. I'm gonna play with some styles this week, but y'all know I like my length and I don't have a length anymore. So I keep on I'm working through it. I'm working through it. Oh my God! CM said no. The Real House Rhode Island look like that's like it has that smell. Oh, girl, mold. Love Like You Are said I can't tell anyone apart. Me either. Me either. They all look like variants of JoJo if she was on meth. No shade. Neglected said, I can't believe Ashley. I made it to the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. She was a part of the Bachelor franchise. What made her a housewife? I don't know if she's gonna be a housewife for long. This does not look interesting. Niche said, thank you so much, everyone in the Star family, for wishing me a happy birthday. I appreciate all the love and kindness you guys give me throughout the year and this year. Thank you so much for being part of the Star family. Stephanie said, so Steph said, I don't go by the bio or cast, I go by the trailer. I went by both. Like, that's all y'all are giving us? No, you are introducing yourself to us. We need more. We need more. Me either. I'm still gonna check it out because I'm not gonna go by the trailer because it's a terrible show. I'm just saying what they put out is just not interesting. I don't think that this was catchy at all. NC said this new franchise seems like a psychological FU to Jersey. Seems as how they couldn't get their ish together and get along for the sake of the show. This will teach him. I am Teresa though. Like, is it really going to teach her? Is it really going to teach them if this flops? You teaching Jersey a lesson. It was so bad you had to bring in Dolores, who gave nothing on Jersey. What are we talking about? Tifa said, I'm shocked that they chose Rhode Island for a Real Housewives location. We still haven't gotten a Philly or Chicago. That's what I've been saying. It doesn't make any sense. Andy said, there will never be a Midwest. Why? Chicago is it. Neglected said, they should have done Boston if they were going to go to New England. Well, Boston is known for its racism. So I don't know if that would have been a good, the Tea Party and racism. So I don't know if that would have been a good place to go with all the controversy they've had. You know what? Give me shelter. I was feeling that watching this trailer. I was just like, I don't think that they got the magic anymore. Give me shelter said, I think the Real Housewives have had their time in the sun. It's time to retire them. That's what it's feeling like. I understand. Lies Legality said, I don't like how Epstein's name is becoming a parlor talk for the celebrities and the rich. I am not impressed by wealthy whites and levitating. Using that name and cursing as entertainment. I won't be there, child. The Star family said no. Miss Gigi said, yawn, looked boring. So Steph said, what are y'all expecting? People jumping from the ceiling fan? Looks like regular Housewives foolery to me. I'm not expecting that. There was nothing interesting. There was like no storyline to really like catch on to. I don't know what's going on. And if you're going to leave me confused, at least leave me interested. And they didn't do either. That's another thing that was confusing Callie. Callie C said Rhode Island is a blue state, but the cast looks like middle-aged MAGA Barbies. It was given that. Maniac would be good, but again, this show is about wealth. I do not advise anybody in Philly to be letting people know how much money you have. That's just not smart. Hey, Cameron, thank you for being here. Happy Friday. Love Like You Are said, Teresa, Joe, and Melissa made up during the holidays and they still didn't want to bring them back. Yeah, no, because we know that you are just doing it so you can get the show back. And the thing about it is your time is done. If you would have used your platform better, you would still have it. Y'all have been at war the entire time y'all been on the show. It is exhausting to watch. Y'all don't have fun ever. No. Hey, Be Wise. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. NC said they're going to be so performative. We're about 20 to 30 years into reality TV at this point, I'm sure they've studied all the greats. None of them are going to be authentic. I was feeling that too. But again, I still want to give it a shot. I'm just like, ugh. Here's the thing. Salt Lake, they can choke. Y'all know I don't like that show. However, I feel like they give something. At least we got Mary and the Inbred twins. What is this show giving? Seems that this season is a replacement for Jersey and made Joe apologize to Tree. Joe has been the problem. Listen, it's a replacement that I think will be something that sticks. Mob Wives is coming back. How old are they now? Now, it was cute when they was like mid-30s. Now, it's too old. They're too old. I don't know. I guess Rhode Island is known for clams. CM said also after Mob Wives Chicago, I don't know if any production wants to go there. That was a mess, child. That show got dangerous real quick. NC said, Chai, Nola, Houston. Yes! Houston! Phoenix is capped out. So many other options, but maybe the issue is that they're having trouble casting in those cities or they're too lazy to properly cast. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm like, this, y'all past casting? Give me something. I remember when Nikki was talking about Philadelphia and its Native American roots. Here's Mania. Oh my God. It just rolled off the tongue. It's so normal. Mania. Yes. Philly is extremely Native American. Hey, Jasmine, thank you for being here. Hey, Jasmine said, hey, NikkiNicoleStar fam, I don't watch any of these shows, but I'm listening to you as background while I sleep today. Okay. Thank you. Oh, that's an oyster? All right. Well, listen, all of my aquatic education came from The Little Mermaid. CM said, I'm not watching. Alandria is doing things that are more interesting. I got to wash my hair. Something, period. That's true. Give me Texas. Texas is in the state Texas is in the state you want to have a reality show in right now. The only reason why I agree with Texas because Houston is really big, and it's Black. And there's it's like a mixed multicultural Black people, ethnic and first gen. And I think that would be really, really, really great to see. But I get you about Texas. Anyway, let's move on to Beverly Hills. This may go away. Guys, it's bad. I was watching a show. I was doing everything. Cleaned up my room, meal prepped. It's so not interesting. It is so not interesting. I literally have, let me look at it right now. 6 things to say. This is bad. The only thing I will say about Amanda, oh my God, I don't even have the cast. That's how much I'm over this show. The only thing I will say about Amanda is the young girl with the cult eyes. The only thing I will say about her, 2 things I'll say about her this episode, the last 2 episodes. 1, she did a fabulous job with Kyle's old home. That kitchen and those bathrooms, listen, she might be scamming the girls, but at least she's taking that scam money and using it properly. I could not believe when Bravo did the before and after, I said, ooh, taste. Not a neon sign in that home. Oh, I loved it. She did a fabulous job. Ooh, go ahead, Amanda. Why you always let us know that husband don't got no money? Every time she gets a chance, she lets us know she the breadwinner. Girl, way to emasculate him. So here's the thing. Kyle and Maurizio go over to Amanda's home just for content, right? They need something to do because nobody has a storyline this season. So Kyle and Maurizio are going to go to Amanda's home to see how she has transformed the home. They are walking through the home. I immediately know that Kyle is going to start to feel some way, especially when the show starts showing us throwbacks of when, you know, all their kids were young and the moments and all the things that they had. And Kyle is getting emotional and she's crying. Maurizio don't give a damn. He is not affected. He's looking through everything. He don't feel nothing, right? So Kyle is looking through the home and she's having her memories and she sits down and she sheds a tear and she's just broken because, you know, she feels like a failure. And I'm not saying that she's acting and putting this on. My friends who have experienced divorce said that it feels like a death. It's something that's always repeated and you feel like you failed because you didn't want to go into this for this to end. So I do believe that she was feeling those things. I think that it was smart for her to go there to see that home, knowing how she still feels in her marriage, because her marriage is only together for two things. One, she doesn't want to leave it. And two, he won't let her leave it because he don't want to pay that lady what he has to pay her, because the only person that had coin in that marriage when they got together was her. And he had it she had money for a very long time and was keeping him afloat. She is absolutely responsible for Maurizio's wealth. So he is going to stay married to her for as long as he can, because the moment she fouls, he will have nothing. And they also got married in California. Ooh, ooh, ooh. She's getting everything. She's getting everything. So I just was like, girl, this ain't wise, right? Because not only are you going to have these memories and these flashbacks, you're also going to want this man who is totally disengaged from you in that way, you know, sexually, intimately. You know, it's like you're the mom of my kids. You're my buddy. He don't see you like that no more, right? Don't know if he. So you are going to be wanting something from him that he is not going to give. And that is exactly what happened. She's walking through every aisle, you know, every hallway, crying or whatever. And she's sitting there, she's like, I'm so embarrassed because what happened to us? What did we become? Like, do you think if you wouldn't have left, if we wouldn't have moved, that we'd still be together? And Mauricio goes, well, no, we just would have looked at another house. He don't care. He been checked out, girl. He's so happy that you gave him a pass to finally cheat. He's good where he's at. You gotta let him go. But it's going to get messy. That's when Kyle's storyline is going to start. When she decides to end that marriage, that man gonna fight. That man is going to fight with everything he has, because he know nobody got a case but Kyle. She is owed everything. And I know she got receipts. Her biggest receipt is Kathy. And once she say, I'm out, woo! That's when she will finally earn her title as the queen of Beverly Hills that Erica foolishly gave her. But right now, girl, you're just looking real sad. This man is playing in your face. He does not care. She's trying to cry. He's like, all right, let's go. He doesn't care. He's not affected by it. And she's doing all of this stuff because she wants him to feel something. She wants him to feel bad. She wanted him to say, man, maybe we shouldn't have left. We still be together. Maurizio will never give her that. He will never say that because he does not want to get back together. He likes his position now. She's made everything so comfortable for him. His kids, they're older. Some are grown. Some are getting married. He doesn't have to be the stand-up dad in the home anymore. He has his own place furnished. He is taking down everything and anything walking. He taking it down in Beverly Hills. Plus, he still gets access to Kyle and her relationships that she gave him when she invited him into her circle. And he gets away with, oh, we're cool, so everything is fine. While she's not cool. She's not fine. But the minute you decide to put yourself first, that's when your storyline will start. This current episode, the only thing interesting that happened was this dinner party, and it was dry. I will say, not a fan of Dorit. She cleared that table. Oh, the way they let her scream at them is crazy. The way she kept on screaming at Kyle, and Kyle did nothing. I was just like, well, if she gonna let you go after her, girl, go after her. Also, I love when she does her Erica impression. I think she does the best Erica impression out there. But Kyle and Dorit start going after each other again. It's a Kyle and Dorit war because Kyle has taken a side. Here's the thing. Dorit is male-centered. Kyle is male-centered. Dorit, as a male-centered woman, is dealing with the fact that all that male-centeredness didn't get her the dream that she thought it would, didn't give her the life that she thought it would. So now she's out of that, and she's standing strong, and she's cussing out, her husband. She ain't protecting him no more. But then you have Kyle, who is very male-centered and stuck in this male-dominated relationship where, although she's the one that sacrificed everything, although she is the one that built everything, he gets the glory, he gets the honor, he gets to be happy and live the life he wants while she continues to suffer. But it's of her own accord because she centers men. So they're going after each other because Dorit is like, you're my friend. You're not PK's friend. I don't need you protecting him. And right now I'm fighting with this man over alimony and child support. So I don't need you trying to sell him to me when he's not trying to give anything that is owed to me as his still current wife and his children. And she's trying to get Kyle to see how bad it is. But since Kyle is in that situation, she can't see it. She sees Dorit as the problem. And I will say this. Last season I said, Dorit, you telling us that your husband is an alcoholic will not work well for you. Especially if you are trying to separate amicably, it will not work for you. Here we are. But still, Kyle is always going to rock with the boys. She will always be a part of that boys club until she finally realizes she has always been played by that boys club. Some women never wake up. Some women never wake up. So these two are going after it again, and I'm just like, okay, y'all have nothing, so we are going to recycle another tired and played out storyline. Dorit and Kyle have been fighting for 3 seasons. We don't care. We don't care. Let's move on to something else. I will say this though. Amanda, interesting, right? Different, scamming, probably. Who isn't, right? Although she's a little different, a little kooky, I don't think she's done anything to warrant how they treat her. The old ladies are bullying the young girl. They keep on trying to find something about her, but the old ladies are bullying her because when Amanda told Dorit, I just don't like how you talk to me. That's it. Like, Dorit was out of line with that last dinner party that they had and how she expressed that her son passed away on this day, and she don't really feel like talking about it. She just want to have a good time. She don't want to get into it. Dorit did make that about herself. But here's the thing. Dorit has always been terrible to the women in the group. She has been allowed to be that way. So we finally have someone that is not a Black woman that will have protection. And now they're trying to make it seem like she is creating narratives about what's actually happening on the show. That's not happening, but we're watching it. Dorit is nasty. How she talks to everybody on the show is nasty. And Amanda is setting a boundary and saying, I don't want to be talked to like that. And so because she doesn't want to be talked to like that, now she's doing too much. Now Dorit wasn't mean to her. Now Dorit didn't really say it that way. She's just taking it wrong. But Sutton, when it was you thought the same thing. Kyle thinks and feels the same way. But it's because it's Amanda. Somebody y'all don't like because she got more collagen than you. The old ladies are bullying her. That's all I have to say about Beverly Hills. What do you guys have to say about this dry show? Let's get into it. Tifa says, if they continue the Real Housewives in California, they may need to move on and do some seasons in San Diego or San Francisco. I don't think they'll do San Diego because they probably feel like the wives there are too crunchy. I would like to see San Diego. It's so dry. It's so dry. Give each other said Texas just seems too dangerous right now, but I don't live down there. Governor, okay. So Steph said they tried to do Love and Hip Hop Houston twice and they couldn't. You are right. I remember that it was too dangerous. Thank you so Steph. I remember that. I remember they were filming and somebody shot up the location. I remember that. Thank you. Yeah, they can't do Houston. CM said Amanda can't save this show and they have me agreeing with Kyle. It's got to go. Yep. It's just not there. It's just not there. So Steph said, as a native Houstonian, it's extremely diverse. However, something goes wrong, you might get a gun pulled on you. Things get real quickly. Yep. Miss Gigi said, I haven't watched Beverly Hills or 90 Day Fiance in a while, but I'm here to hang with the Star family. Happy Friday. Happy Friday indeed. So Steph said, all this crying, Maurizio is sleeping with everybody and nobody is filed for divorce. He is living his best life. And she's crying every 5 seconds. She even tried to go gay to make that man pay attention. And he said, cool. How fun is that? Girl, he's been checked out for a long time. Yikes. Hey, Hannah, how are you? Hey, Busola, thank you for being here. CM said, Cal is PK's friend, not Dorit. Cal is many things, but she's not super when it comes to certain things, child. CM said, Bose may want to stop because everything said about Amanda will be used against Bose. This is a canon moment for her. She got to go through it. She got to go through it. We got to let it. We're resting. So Steph said they have a punching bag in Amanda because Rachel is new as well, but they know she's too connected to go after her. Oh, absolutely. Miss T said this season is so dry. There's nothing going on. Nothing. Karen said the fact that Amanda didn't want to argue at the table with Dorit and Bose decided to try and school her simply for not wanting to argue. Yep. This is all going to come back on Bose because they are going to link up with each other before they ever link up with you. Give me something said Dorit can't afford to be as nasty as she is. I still don't know what that old girl does for a living. How do they? Okay. How do they beat Jaguar and Penelope? Give me Shelter said, oh, by the way, the Basketball Wives and Love and Hip Hops are canceled. I should talk about that with you guys. Maybe I will. Let's move on to 90 Day Fiance. So, guys, we know this is sex tourism. This is sex tourism. The Americans on this show are passport bros and passport hoes. We know what this is. We know what this is. Let's get into the cast first before we get into the episode. Let's meet Aviva and Stig. Aviva and Stig. Aviva is 26 from Arizona. Stig, 30 from Belize. After 2 years of online connecting sparked by a social media video, Aviva is finally taking the leap, traveling to Belize to meet her boyfriend Stig, a famous rapper known for his famous fans as Stig the artist for the first time in person. Aviva is ready for her forever, but Stig, ever popular with the ladies, has a constant swirl of rumors around him, causing Aviva and those closest to her to doubt whether he can fully commit. With trust issues looming, can either love survive the spotlight? So Stig obviously is the new Soulja Boy, because Soulja Boy is now single and he's on 90 Day Fiance, the single show. So because Soulja Boy doesn't have a storyline right now, they went and got Aviva and Stig because 90 Day Fiance loves Soulja Boy. And because they can't give him anything, they're going to give us Aviva and Stig and hope that it sticks. Yeah, I was going to say lands. Sticks. Here's the thing. They have no chemistry. It feels like these two maybe were in a relationship and applied for the show and then broke up, and the show said, we want you on. So they're like faking a relationship for the cameras. There is no chemistry. And I won't necessarily say Aviva is a passport hoe, but I will say that she was indoctrinated by another passport hoe, her aunt. So her aunt, her aunt lives in Belize part-time because she was married to a Belizean man. And Aviva would come out there to visit her aunt, and she would, just come out there to vacation. And one time when she was vacationing, she met Stig. So they started this no, she didn't meet him. She was there and they never could meet or whatever, but they were connecting. Now she and Stig are meeting for the first time. And so there's this whole scene with her aunt and that drawstring synthetic ponytail child. And she's telling her, them Belizean men, you can't trust them. You never know, because that's what happened to me. Because she was with this Belizean man and he scammed her out of her coins. Like, what you think gonna happen, ma'am? Like, when we saw the picture of her and that man, ma'am, you knew what it was. You knew what it was. What happens with the passport bros and the passport hoes? They go and they get people from outside of America who they think are destitute. And they think because the person is destitute, they can get the best quality, and they can essentially get the best quality to enslave, right? And when that, when the non-American partner that they have, especially a black one, decides to go full Nat Turner, all of a sudden, it's a problem. All of a sudden, they're the issue. But nobody's going to talk about how you are financially abusing them, how you are holding the promise of a better life in another country over them. Because why in the hell are you in Belize? You know that man wanted to come to America, right? So you over there 20 years. We don't even know how long she was with that man. We don't even know what she was actually doing over there, but she has this whole idea about Belizean men. No, you just think that because you're the American, because you are white, that you can try to probably treat them anyway, and that they will treat you like a god. And when that doesn't happen, all of a sudden, all the men over there are terrible. Nah, they just don't let you do that colonizer stuff over there. That's what I feel. I could be wrong. It's still early in the season, but that's the basis of their storyline. Her aunt, who got played by her husband, actually, who played her, he had a girlfriend, but she heard her the whole time. She is very cautious about this relationship because she thinks that what's happening to Aviva is going to happen. What's happened to her is going to happen to Aviva. And it also does not help that Stig is very popular with the ladies. I haven't seen it. Like, everybody is acting like he's the Sean Paul of Belize, but I just don't see it. I don't know. I mean, when he did his whole performance, I'm sorry, the music that they played of him was actually really good. And when we went to his live performance, I just knew that he was going to eat. When he put that mic to his mouth and that first note he cracked, I said, so what is the truth? Who is that man on that track? Because that ain't you. That ain't you. And just like with the Soulja Boy conversation, we have Stig's producers acting like Aviva is going to hold him back because he has to play like he's a ladies' man, and she goes to see him perform and he's performing a song about his ex and she didn't want him to perform the song, and there's women dancing and she's just like, oh, he's flirting with these women in front of me. The girl that he was singing to was using her phone to record her and him. She did not seem at all interested. She just thought that it was funny that this guy at this karaoke bar was singing to her. I don't even think that lady knew who he was or what was going on. She just thought it was cute. And I think they're looking for a new Soulja Boy, and they're trying to find it in Aviva and Stig. And I don't know if it's going to happen because they just don't have any chemistry. And if you're not going to have chemistry, at least be interesting. And these two together and apart are not interesting. I will say this about Aviva. There is something going on with her. I can't quite figure it out, but it's just like every time she has like a confessional or like any solo scene, it's just so empty. She's always just like, well, I don't, I just hope that he's not out there with anybody else, you know. Aviva, what's going on? Are you feeling anything? Like, I don't know if she's angry. I don't know if she's happy. I don't know if she's sad. It's always, every time. I'm heartbroken. I don't know if we're going to be together. We might break up forever. What does that mean? What's going on? I don't feel something's not right. I don't feel it. It just gives very storyline from the both of them. I think there probably was a little something, a little online flirtation, and one of them decided to apply to the show, probably Aviva, and now they're trying to make us feel something, but we can't feel anything if you guys are not feeling anything, because this probably isn't real. Next up, we have Laura and Birkan. Listen, Laura's a sweetie, a passport hoe. Soon as she met that man, she said, I want to see it. Let's go. Enter me. My God, today. It's a passport hoe. Just because somebody is smiling and sweet doesn't mean that they can't be a passport hoe. That's exactly what's going on. Because what do you mean, ma'am? What do you mean you're 47 and he's 26? What's going on? You trying to jump up on something foreign. Laura, 47 from Washington, and Birkan, 26 from Turkey. Laura and Birkan's whirlwind romance began on social media. After just a few short weeks, they were already talking about marriage. She's a fun-loving and active romanticy novel enthusiast. Smut. This lady likes smut. And Birkan is quiet and philosophical with a mysterious past. Laura's doubters includes her parents, worried she's making another mistake, and her best friend Michael, who might be secretly in love with her. Despite all that, plus a 20-year age gap, Laura is risking it all for love. Let's first get into Laura. So Laura likes smut, right? So, she was on there looking for some smut inspiration, and she was talking to Birkan. Also, Laura, new body, new me, right? She's lost, I think, over 100 pounds. She's feeling herself, right? She has a best friend who she's known for a very long time, and they're doing this dance, or whether or not they're into each other. And I'm going to say this. I really felt for her best friend in the beginning. Then he lost me. Here is where he lost me. So when we first meet Laura, she's talking about how she started this with Birkan, but she was hanging around and waiting for her bestie, I believe Michael. She's a fun-loving and Birkan is quiet. Best friend Michael. Yes. With Michael. So they had this little cat and mouse thing. But she's just like, I'm waiting around for him and nothing is happening. So I got to move forward. Well, then we see Michael, who the whole time throughout her scenes, he's asking her these questions. They're acting like they're besties. He's like, oh, well, do you want a kiss from me? I'll do it. They both give me musical theater. Anyway, so while she's getting ready to go see Birkan. No, this is not Birkan. Birkan. I knew it. I got it. Birkan. The friend is getting more and more jealous. And Laura's just like, he can't do that with me. Because when I made myself available to him, he wasn't available to me. So Laura actually wanted him. He rejected her. And he says, this is where the friend lost me, because I was feeling real bad for him. And every time I feel bad for a man, my God, today, they show me why I should never do it. He gets himself in front of the camera because he has a disability. I think he has a cleft. It's like something right here with the nose and the lips. There's something happening. And he says, when you have a disability, you are really, so, what? I don't want to paraphrase, because that was important what he said. And I don't want to paraphrase it, but I was just like, something about that not sitting right with me. Something about that is not sitting right with me. Let me get to. Also, needs to be stated, Laura's second best friend is AI. You guys that talk to Chat GPT like it's a real person, please put the Chat GPT down. It's messing with your mind. Put it down. So my notes are so ghetto. I wrote my notes. She tried to make something shake with Michael. Girl. But she did. She tried to make something shake with him, and he rejected her. He says the reason why he rejected her is because of his birth defect. His birth defect makes him push people away. And because of that, he's telling us that he wants her, but he's not going to pursue her because of her birth defect. And I'm just like, let's stop with that game, Michael, because if she's pushing up on you and she's telling you that she's interested, she already has seen the damn birth defect. She wants to work with you. She not work with you, but she wants to like make something happen. But if you're pushing her away, you expect her to hang around and just be single until y'all get drunk enough to just do it. And then be like, oh, well, we did it. Let's make this relationship work. You want her to wait for you? How selfish. How absolutely selfish. And to, as a grown man, be like, oh, it's because I have a birth defect that I'm not pursuing her. But you also mad that she is not waiting around for you. That's not fair. Now, is it? That is not fair. I did feel bad for him, but for me, that felt very manipulative. Because even when she was talking to him about Birkan, he was like guilt tripping her. And then he starts crying. And I'm like, that's not okay. She was available to you. You rejected her, so she went and got somebody who she thinks is available to her. You should have shot your shot. Now you got to watch her get scammed by this young man. Speaking of young man, 26? What the hell is he going through? That does not look like a 26-year-old man. That's a 37-year-old father of 6. And that's 37 if you like grew up, you know, in Kensington. You know what I mean? Like that's a rough 37. Child, my God, today. My God, today. Speaking of a rough Birkan, we meet his friends. What's going on? Everybody just look like they have been through it. What is going on? I will say this. Laura's going to get scammed. Laura's not innocent. It's not right, but Laura's not innocent. Laura knew when she interacted with somebody that was 26 what it was. There's no 26-year-old man that really, like, you know, that is even available to somebody 47. We got to be honest here, Laura. We have to be honest here. So when you come out to meet him and he's just taking it all in, right? She thinks he's not attracted to her. And it's always the Americans who, as soon as they meet the non-American partner, they're always ready to have sex. That's what's giving me passport hoe. Because you see him, they see each other for the first time. First of all, before we even get into them meeting each other for the first time, Laura's parents, Birkan is not going to be safe in her parents' presence, especially that mother. Anyway, they meet each other for the first time. He's a little bit taken aback because, you know, he hasn't seen all of Laura. So they see each other and she's, you know, immediately gets sad and they're in the taxi. And she's just like, I think he's turned off from me and I don't really know what's happening. And then they finally get back to their hotel and she's like ready to get into it. She's ready to do it. And I'm like, what's going on here? If this is somebody that you're thinking about marrying and you are really wanting to have a relationship, you as a woman are not like, well, let's talk and let's understand each other first. The Americans are always ready to stick or spread. Why is that? The non-American partner is always a little cautious. Like, can we at least get some boba first? Why are we trying to have sex right away? Because this is what that relationship is. You're trying to bring this relationship to 90 Day Fiance and legitimize it. But if we really go and to them chats that y'all had on Facebook and see how you introduced yourself and what y'all was really talking about, we'll know what this is. But you're trying to legitimize it on his show and act like you think that he's really interested in you. He's an eat, pray, love. You're hoeing through Turkey. You're going to be in Ghana tomorrow. That's what this is. But you'll present yourself as this little innocent. I've lost weight. It's new year, new me, and I want to go after everything. That may be true. But this relationship, you are not innocent. So I'm going to let him scam her. They both scamming each other. You're scamming him with the promise of citizenship to America for some Turkish peen. Let him scam you for your coins. Also, Laura, and this is for everybody in a reality TV show, y'all don't got to tell them people all of your business. I don't know why you took us into your plastic surgery appointment. That's so personal, Laura. We didn't need to go there. We did not need to go there. Laura is also in Turkey because she has lost a lot of weight. So she has a lot of skin, a lot of, just skin left over. And she wants to get that removed. She's planning to get a tummy tuck. And she was butt ball naked in front of the camera. You don't give them that. You don't give that show that. You have your appointment in private and then you tell them about it after. But homegirl said, I'm coming to get some peen and I'm coming to get a tummy tuck. Laura is here on vacation. When she gets everything that she needs, she's out. She is out. Laura, please don't play with me. Please don't play with me. So anyway, Laura finds out this episode that, not only is she scamming, Birkan is scamming because when she meets with his friends start talking to him and be like, you got to tell her what's going on. And they start speaking in their language. She's just like, what's going on? Let me hear it or whatever. So finally he lets her know, I gamble. I have a little fun with gambling. Later on, we find out he got a little gambling addiction. That's why he is so deeply in debt. So she asked him what's going on. And he says, well, during COVID, he had a really thriving business before COVID. And then the business collapsed. That happened to a lot of people. I do not think that he was irresponsible. He said he had a business and it was flourishing. So he bought several other businesses because that business was still doing well. COVID happened. He lost everything. And he's $50,000 in debt. But he has been gambling. And with his wins from gambling, he has been able to sustain. But sometimes he doesn't win every time. And so Laura's just like, well, why didn't you tell me that? He said, I didn't think that was a big deal because we're going to go to America and my debt is going to stay in Turkey. It's not going to follow me in America. And Laura was like, oh, okay. So that's what's going on here. And I'm like, sis, I get it. But isn't it a trade-off? You get your Turkish fantasy and he gets out of debt. Why can't he get something out of the deal? That's not fair. Why can't he get something out of it as well? He got to be a gigolo to a 47-year-old American woman who got a musical theater boyfriend that's in love with her but won't admit it. He's going to be dealing with a lot when he get there, if it goes that far. But you don't plan on it going that far, do you, Laura? So I don't feel bad for neither one in this situation. They scamming each other. Scam away. Next up, we have... Ooh, child. Emma. We got Emma and Zayed. So here's the thing with Emma. The wigs. I said, what is going on, wig? So the thing is, Emma doesn't have a medical issue because I was just like, maybe, it's something going on because the wig starts in right here. So this is all of Emma's face we ever see throughout the show. This is it. We don't see nothing else. And this is by design because I went on her Instagram and she was like, people can talk about my wigs, but this is what I like. I like wearing wigs. And she was showing throwback pictures of her wearing a wig. She's been wearing a wig since she was a child. Okay. That is her thing. And then when she was doing this, I think it was Access Hollywood, she was doing an interview. She said, this is a protective style. And when she said protective style, I said, ooh, protective style. And she was like, I'm protecting my natural hair. I said, protective styles, and you are wearing wigs to protect your natural hair. Because I was looking at her and I was looking at the twin. I was like, are they blackfishing? What's going on? Then she posted a throwback of her natural hair because everybody was asking about it on Instagram. And this is Emma. I said, oh, okay. So that's what it is. I think Emma's a little swirly. And I think that she, if there's any blackness in there, the non-black parent is probably the mom who probably didn't know how to do her hair. I don't think that Laura knows how to do her hair. And so I think she's hiding it under wigs. As a black woman who gets that, I'm not judging her by that, right? So I was just like, why the wigs and why are they so aggressive? That this is all we see of you. But I realized she probably just doesn't have the knowledge or the understanding of her hair. And that normally happens with a lot of multiracial or biracial women whose, black parent happens to be the father who was just absent. Yikes. So, and I'm assuming a lot, Emma. I could be wrong. But I was like, oh, okay. So Emma wears wigs because that's what she wants. Emma's very young. Her and her sister work in beauty. The kids are messing up their face. Emma looks like a filter. That poor baby. She showed the throwback photo of her. Look, she looked a lot more ethnic then. And she did not, my opinion, Emma, I just don't feel like you should have touched your face. I don't think you needed anything. You're also so young. 26, your face is not settled in yet. If you want to touch it at 35. But it's not in. You're fixing things that haven't even been able to grow. And even to a problem. You don't need it. But anyway, Emma is with I took the picture down. Where is it? Emma is with Ziad. Let's read their bio. Emma met Ziad on an international dating app and was quickly swept up by his charm. Now she's flying to Morocco, determined to leave with the ring on her finger, but she's hiding a past engagement to another Moroccan man. And Emma may not be the only one keeping secrets, as Ziad's behaviors sparks doubts about their love story isn't what it seems. I don't know if Ziad wanted to be on this show. Their interactions is very, very odd. He doesn't seem comfortable on camera. He seems like a very traditional Muslim man, and she is just not that. They don't seem compatible at all. He seems to also be very annoyed by her. And I think this is a guy who wants a sense of control. And I don't think she's going to be able to give him that. So I don't know if I don't even think these two will be together at the reunion. Because it's just not seeming like it's something that is going to last or make any kind of sense outside of this show. You know what I mean? I don't see them surviving outside of the 90 Day Fiance show or fandom. I will also say this, Emma, if this man who you want to be your husband is telling you certain things that he doesn't want to discuss on camera, don't discuss them on camera. Because she couldn't wait to not only let us know that they had sex, which he did not want the camera he did not want us to know, his family to know, because he wants to keep up a certain image of himself, and his partner should protect that, right? So she not only lets us know that they had sex, but she also lets us know the size of his penis. The Americans are weird. They are weird and they are overly freaked out. That was unnecessary. Why are you telling us about his wee-wee? It's not big. It's not small. It can fit in my hand. This guy is also got a huge machismo problem. And you're telling us about his penis. Now, you're not a child, Emma. You're 26. That's wrong. You should know that that's going to cause some problems. So I'm looking at the time. I got a couple more couples to get through with 90 Day Fiance. This is what I'm going to do because I'm reviewing Love at the Lockup after it premieres tonight. So the episode that I was going to talk about with Love at the Lockup, I'll just talk about that tonight with the next Love at the Lockup, because I want to get through 90 Day Fiance, and I want to talk to you guys a bit before we log out here for 90 Day Fiance, for Love at the Lockup. Thank you for understanding. Yeah, so I don't know if these two are going to work out outside of this show, but we will see. Next up, we have, guys, I was so disappointed because I really love this couple. And then y'all showed me, I think it was Spency, who sent me Farest, his comments on Twitter. Oh, he is red pill down, child. And it seems like he's not only red pill, it seems like he's into some real fetishy porn stuff, the way he was talking. This is my favorite couple. Not anymore. Farest and Sheena, two autistic young people who are, love on the spectrum, right? And before I knew what I knew about Farest, I enjoyed these two. I really liked how Farest stands up for Sheena. Sheena plays some games sometimes, but that's okay. We'll get into it. She's still my girl. I'm going to stand beside her. So Farest and Sheena. I also think that this is a real relationship, but Farest does give me passport, bro. After 7 years of a long distance love and Sheena watching Farest's daily life through his home security cameras, the couple, both virgins, are finally meeting in person. But with Farest's parents joining the trip to investigate the red flags, especially around Sheena's mysterious family, their long-awaited reunion may be more tense than romantic. Here's what I will say about this. Farest is the grown man. There's something going on there. Okay, right? But I do not think that him or Sheena need as much. You know what? I don't know. I was about to give all of this, and I'm like, I don't know more than their parents. So let me back out of there. But I will say this. These two are ready to have their independence. They are ready to live their lives as adults because their parents have been, so overly protective of them because they have had to, right? I will say I like how Farest stands up to his mom because so here's the thing. Farest's mom and his stepdad are coming with him to meet Sheena and her family. They're doing that because they feel like Sheena's family is scamming them, right? So here they are. These, no shade, Farest, you and your mom are giving impoverished white people. Just by the look, I could be wrong. It's giving Walmart, Cookie Monster pajamas. Anyway, they are putting themselves up as the Americans that the foreigners want to get something from. That's how they put themselves up. And they're just like, we have to come and supervise this because we feel like Sheena's family and Sheena is taking advantage of Farest because the mom is mad that Farest don't have no money because he takes his disability check that she used to get and he gives it to Sheena, as he should. Ain't that somebody he trying to marry? So she got a problem. That's her issue. She got a problem that when this man gets married to this woman, she won't be controlling them disability checks. That's the only reason why there is beef. So the mom's like, no, I'm going because I'm not trusting Sheena in her lives. So they all go to the Philippines where Sheena is from. And they go meet Sheena. Sheena comes and they're like, Sheena, they sit down with Sheena or whatever. And they're like, what's going on? And Sheena, please stop the lying. And Sheena, manipulative, does her little crying. Oh, I'm sorry. My family, they take advantage of me. And the mom is like, Sheena, stop all that crying. What's going on with the money? Because that used to be my disability check. And now every time I ask him for a couple of dollars, he don't have it because he's giving everything to you. So what's going on? Why don't you have no money? Because Sheena is supposed to be working to get money for her to get the visa. But here's what I would say. I always say to the Americans, You know that the only reason why this person is with you is because you are supposed to have that American money and privilege. And not saying that they're assuming that, because that's what you are selling them to look like somebody that they would even be interested in. So you started the relationship off like that. You need to be the one to own up to your part of the bargain. I don't know why they're trying to ask her for anything, especially acting like you guys are the American gods. So they meet Sheena. Sheena cries. She tells them about the parents. The next time they're supposed to meet with Farest's parents, and Farest tells his mom, "You're gonna need to stay back. I want to meet them before you meet them." And the mom was like, "Why can't I meet them?" And he's like, "You're too much." And Sheena's like, "Yeah, my parents aren't bad people." And Farest's mom is just like, "Well, you told us they were bad people." And she was like, "Well, I did." I love Sheena. Oh, she is just a little liar child. And she's not good at it, but she will stand 10 toes down on her lie. And so the mom gets upset with that because she realizes that she's losing control. Here's the thing. You are supposed to want your son to go off and, get married and do whatever. Like, you are, as a mom, cannot still believe that the influence that you have over your son is going to remain when he is under another woman. That's not how that goes. That's her husband now. That's still your son. That's still your baby. That's her husband. So you just got to take a step back. The parents, you got to take a step back and let them have that relationship. But also, she has a child with some abilities. So she has also been very hands-on. So it's a hard dynamic to break up like that when they've been like this for so long. So Farest, he steps up to his mom. He's like, "No, we are going to do it without you because you are a chaos causer. Like, you cause a lot of chaos." And what I will say is, during this trip, I do like how he has stood up to his mom, because the mom is too much. And I'm guessing that's just how their relationship has been, because she's even mentioned it. She's just like, "Now I can't ask him about sex." We've always talked about his future sex life with Sheena. But he saw that Sheena was embarrassed with his mom asking them if they've had any sex. Like, that's odd. Anybody without autism, I can't would feel odd. Like, it was just very, very weird. So he's been standing up to her, and the mom has not liked it. And she's starting to realize that Sheena has a hold over her son without sex. Sheena got him like this. He hasn't even sampled the clam. My God, today. So the mom know if she's already lost her son at this point, when they finally get on and popping, girl, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So Farest goes to meet Sheena's parents, and Farest realized when he gets to Sheena's home, Farest realized, oh, I'm the poor one in the relationship. Because Sheena lives in a mansion. She actually lives in a bed and breakfast that her parents run. And Farest is just like, "Now what is going on?" Because Sheena's been telling me that she ain't had no money. But Sheena is living way better than me. I was looking at that place and I was like, "Farest, you need to be on 90 Day Fiance the other way. Because I would not go back to the way you're living. If this is how Sheena is living in the Philippines, baby, I'm moving in." So Farest meets with Sheena's parents and everything goes well. And then the next day, Farest's mom comes to meet with Sheena's parents, and they sit down, and the mom immediately goes into Sheena lying about the money and everything. And what we find out is this: Sheena starts that crying, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just, every time I can't save money because every time I get money, I have to give it to you, and that isn't fair. It's my money too." And the parents are just like, "Sheena, stop it." The mom was just like, "We're not abusing you." So what is really happening is Sheena doesn't have any money. So Sheena does work, but she's like working for them. So what they will do is make Sheena responsible. So Sheena will get paid, but they'll probably take something off her taxes, or they'll take something to save. The mom said, "We are just taking that and putting away for her. We're not taking that money from her and just using it for whatever. We're taking the money." They're acting like the government, right? So she will do something, I guess, around the home or whatever, and they'll pay her for it, but then they'll say, "Oh, you got to pay taxes on this, and you got to do this for your housing and this or whatever." And they're just taking that from her to show her responsibility, But whenever Sheena needs anything, they're paying for it all. If she wants to do something on her own, independent, she wants to go get something to eat, they're going to give her money to go get something to eat. But Sheena just doesn't see it like that, and that's what she's telling Farest. So when the mom comes, she also realized, oh, I'm poor. You thought that you was doing your big one with Sheena, and you realize, oh, I'm the one that doesn't have it. So the mom is just very confused about everything. So when Sheena's parents express that, when Sheena's parents expresses what's happening, the mom is like still a little flustered. And I was like, it was never about Sheena and you think that she's lying and taking advantage of your son. It is about a mother that takes advantage of her child financially, not wanting somebody else to get what she has been dependent off of for a while now. And so, although I don't like Forrest's online presence, I do really like their relationship. I like to see these two people come together, and we're just seeing them wanting to be independent, wanting to live as adults. Sheena's 40, Forrest is almost 40. It's time the parents need to just let them have a little bit of space. They're going to be okay. They're going to be okay. I think the parents just need to let them have a little bit of space. Before we move on, Sheena is stacked. My God, today when she met Farest in that sundress, I said, girl, what's all that movement back there? I ain't never seen a Filipino person in general built like that. What is Sheena eating? I said, Sheena the stallion? That sundress was moving. I know that's right, girl. I know that's right. Moving on to the next couple. Oh, child, I got a lot to say about them, but I'm gonna keep my team brief because I want to talk to you guys about it. Trisha and Rick, passport bro. He is literally only with her for sex. 52-25. He's there for sex. She really thinks that he likes her. I think that she has dated older men. I don't think that she is scamming him. I don't think that she would have a better life to be with him. I think she actually really thought that this man liked her. I don't think she knows that he's a passport bro. I hate the way he talks about her. I hate the way he treats her. When he pulled out that trash bag to embarrass her in front of the cameras, I absolutely hate it. Because he pulled out that trash bag, she had to explain why. She sent him a personal video of her performing something on herself sexually, and he was just like, I want to experience that. That's fine. That was an intimate moment between you and her. You did not have to tell the show that. But you did that because you don't really like her. You don't really see her as a fully realized human being. Rick, this is a sex slave to you. That's why when her brother was in the hospital and she wasn't communicating with you because she was tending to her family and she wasn't able to send you videos of her pleasuring herself because she was dealing with her brother in the hospital, that's why you hopped up on a plane and went to another one of your passport bro destinations and had sex with a woman who you called her your ex. It was probably a sex worker. Probably younger than Trisha. And you tried to say ex so that it could be more accepting. It was sex tourism, what you were doing. And you were mad because your main sex tourism worker wasn't available. So you went out to another passport bro location that you frequent and you got over and under a sex worker. Because what do you mean to somebody that you want to marry and her brother is in a hospital and she's tending to that and you're not flying down there to help her, or you're not calling her and saying, how can I help you? You wanted to be cared for while she was going through something very personal and heartbreaking. Everything about her is sex with him. He doesn't care anything about that woman. Every time they talk about having kids, he's like, oh, I don't think I'm ready. I want any more. I want to have, any more children. I'm 52. You got a 2-year-old. And their timeline is real weird. Real weird. He got a child that's 2. How long they been together? Real weird. Real weird. Let's read their bio. Rick 52, Trisha 25, Madagascar. Rick is a jack of all trades, a weave dealer, a divorced single dad who believes he's finally found the right woman to complete his family. Trisha, a fiery midwife from Madagascar. They've been planning a future together, but the trust looms after Trisha recently ghosted him, leaving their in-person relationship off to a rocky start. So in this episode, he tells Trisha that he cheated on her. She is heartbroken because she really thinks that she's in a relationship with him. She doesn't know that she's in a relationship with a passport bro and that this relationship is just sex. Trisha, I feel like if you haven't had any clues, him dressing you up like a jungle queen to have sex with you on the jungle, even though you don't feel comfortable with doing that, I think that should have been your confirmation, because 2 Black people dressing up as jungle characters on camera. And damn near having sex on camera. Nobody thought that was a little odd. I will say, Trisha said she didn't feel comfortable in it. But my God, today, nobody said, no, I'm not wearing this. I'm not wearing this. But it's just like all of their interactions is sex. But I really think she thinks that she's in a real relationship with this man. I don't think he has any intentions of bringing her to America. I don't think he really wants to be with her. This is sex tourism for him. Moving, saving a worse for last. Lisa and Danielle. Lisa, a spontaneous, open-hearted woman with a colorful romantic history, is ready to fly across the world to meet Daniel, a Nigerian man she fell in love with after he reached out to her on social media. But Lisa is keeping a big secret. She's been married 5 times, yikes, and has spent the last 21 years as a lesbian, unsure whether Daniel and his conservative family will accept her past, and questions start swirling. They love using this word about money and trust. Lisa's shot at love this time could be her most explosive yet. Passport hoe. All she's talked about before she even gets to meet Daniel, the whole time she's talking about sex. Nothing else. She's talking about sex. There was a scene, and I said, Lisa, get off my screen. There was a scene where she was in the pharmacy looking at condoms and breaking down, because Lisa is a recovering lesbian. Lisa was gay for like 20 years. She broke up with her. She's not even divorced from her last wife. And she was just like, you know what? I want to, I guess she in her whole season. And she said, I want to try pee again. And I want to try a black one. So she and Daniel are talking or whatever, and they decide that they want to be in a relationship. So before she goes there, she's getting condoms, and she's in this pharmacy, and she starts breaking down crying. And she's like, I don't know what to pick. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's going to fit it. I will say this about Lisa. Obvious passport hoe, but I feel like the lights are on and ain't nobody been home for a real long time. Something is missing. And I think that's why her daughter is so protective over her mom, because something is going on. Because her mom is not supportive of her mother lying to Daniel or being a passport hoe. She just doesn't like it. What child would? And Lisa is upset because she wants her child to let her live. But her child is just like, this is not the way to go. Like, you're going all the way to Nigeria to meet with a man who thinks that you guys are going to get married, and you cannot marry him because you are still legally married to somebody else. I don't like it. And her daughter is absolutely right. So anyway, Lisa gets the magnums, and she, gets everything ready to go to Nigeria. While in her confessional, Lisa lets us know that she's wearing a wig. Shocker. Pulls the wig off. Mid-confessional, she pulls the wig off. She's like, can I take this off? And she pulls it off. And she's like, it's been getting at me. I'm like, Lisa, what is... And she's like, I hope that Daniel will love me and see me as the way I am. I really do, because he likes me in my wigs, but I don't know how he's gonna be when he sees me with my hair. Fast forward, she gets to Nigeria. As soon as she gets off the plane, her and Daniel start sucking each other's tongue. I will say, when it comes to Lisa and Daniel, I have learned not to eat while they're doing their scenes. They make my stomach drop. It is so uncomfortable watching them. So they're like banging teeth and sucking each other's tongue. And then Daniel proposes to her and she accepts. And then she's on a confessional and she's just like, I don't know. I can't tell him that I'm married, but I really want to make this work with Daniel. She wants pee. So to get to the hotel, she's trying to have sex with him. Daniel don't want to do it. Daniel don't want to do it. She puts on her lingerie. She fluffs that wig. Daniel does not want to do it. Finally, they get the cameras out because he wants to shower. And he tells her to shower. So I don't know if she was smelling or whatever, but he was just like, you need to shower too. She went in there, freshened up, and went back out there and was ready and was rubbing on Daniel or whatever. And while Daniel was in the shower, she's talking to the cameras and she's just like, he's acting really weird. I don't know if he's not attracted to me. I don't know if he doesn't want to do it, but I'm ready. And I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this for a really, really long time. So you don't tell this man that you're married. You accept his proposal. And now you are expecting him to sleep with you. You didn't even say, let's meet and get to know each other. You are all ready to spread them legs for a man that you do not intend bringing to America, Lisa. Let's be honest. You're passport hoeing right now, sister. Anyway, they finally do the deed. Daniel can't get through it. She is absolutely disappointed with the process, but she makes sure to let us know that she had to stretch her vaginal walls to fit him. Get them off my screen. Get them off my screen. I said, why in the hell would they lie? Why would she say that? And why would they keep that in the show? The vomit. Did you enjoy last night? I had to stretch to fit you. What the hell? The Americans are weird. They are weird and overly freaked out. Why the hell would you say that? Daniel was so uncomfortable, as was I. Anyway, Daniel sets up a meeting for her to meet with his uncle. When she sat down with that uncle, first of all, I don't know the name of the guard, forgive me, but he put her in all this. She looked ridiculous. She looked absolutely ridiculous. But he put her in all this garb and took her to go meet his uncle. When they sit down to meet his uncle, she is trying, like she's shaking, she's nervous, and she's like, I work really hard. I have a lot of good jobs. I will do everything to take care of Daniel. She goes through this whole thing to sell herself to the uncle. And the uncle goes, do you practice lesbianism? When I tell you I fell off my couch. She was so caught off guard because if the uncle asked that, it's because Daniel said something. So she was like, oh, I only practiced it one time. I'll never do it again. As soon as the uncle said that, Daniel went, oh. So anyway, the uncle eventually gives Daniel the blessing because the uncle is just like, listen, do what you got to do. Just don't embarrass me. Daniel goes, okay, I will. Also, Daniel was going on with this lie that his mother said that, she had a dream and that in her dream, his wife was white. I was like, I don't think your mama said that. But again, I'm not Nigerian. She probably did. But I'm just like, what mother? What Mac? But anyway, So they get the blessing from the uncle, right? So these two are in it now. They get the blessing to get married. She still has not told Daniel that she is married, and if he comes to America, she probably can't do it because she's not divorced. They end their scene with her taking off that wig. Because she's been wearing this wig the whole time. But it's Nigeria, so she's like, it's hot and she doesn't know what to do. So she's just like, I got to take off this wig again. She pulls off the wig. And it's just all sores from all her wig glue. And I'm like, why are you wearing wig glue with a wig that has a bang? You don't know what you're doing. So she pulls it off because it's just the wig is so hot. Daniel asked her to bring down some clothes because he was washing clothes. But she was just like, oh, my wig is off. And Daniel needs clothes. Should I let him see me like this? I wasn't ready. So she finally goes down there to give Daniel the money to pay for him to be able to wash his clothes. And when Daniel sees that lady without the wig, he looks at her, he goes, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh baby, what's your hair? And she's like, what? What's wrong? Why don't you like me? He's like, no. Daniel was so distraught. He's like, she looks so old. And she is down there with this buzz pixie, trying to be accepted by this man. And all her feelings was hurt. And you know what? I understand, sis. My feelings would have been hurt too. He said, oh my God. Poor thing. I felt so bad for her. My God, today. But listen, you lying to him and you passport hoeing. So it is what it is. It is what it is. She also has a really weird, she had a weird, bad attitude. Like when she goes from 0 to 100 real quick. Like she met with Daniel's friends and she's begging and pleading them to ask them to tell him if he's not a good guy. And she's like, please, let me know. I'm working so hard. I'm taking care of him. I'm working so many jobs. And if he is not a good guy, let me know. Why would they tell you? Especially when Danny was just like, my life has never been better since you started financially supporting me. You think they're going to mess that up for their boy? They want in on the scam too. Foolish. Iconic TV. That's all I have to say. I am running a bit late, but I'm going to start my review a half an hour after the show ends anyway. So I'm going to get in here for as long as I can. But let's talk about it. Dear Show Podcast said, yes, Ziad wants to keep a certain image on a camera like Daniel. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. I really don't. But I'm just like, Emma, if you want to be with him, why not respect his wishes? That's just so, the Americans are weird. Social Stuff said Birkan is low-key funny. He is. I will say him and Laura, I feel like I'm not a fan of the relationship, but they do have a good time. The way when Birkan starts his laughing, what an odd laugh. No, not an odd laugh, because we have a similar laugh from Keeping It Buck. But I just did not expect that laugh to come out of his body. But they, like when Laura was talking about them having sex, oh my gosh, he was just all giggly. NC said, I'm not watching this season, but from the clips I've seen, Sutton is such a loser. Just happy to be there and finally be a part of the cool girl clique. Yep, been a loser. Smithy said, I feel like Aviva is pregnant in the confessional, but Lord. Oh, Aviva, please don't get pregnant by him. BY said Kyle will have to make a decision to divorce. Mauricio is fine because separated. Oh, he won't allow it. The minute she tries to divorce, he'll probably act like he's going to get back with her. Give Me Shelter said, Dorit can't afford to be as nasty as she is. I still don't know what the old girl does for a living. Oh, I got that one. You are messy. Magic in the Hamptons, what's up? Said word on the street is that they are toying with casting Real Housewives of Philly. Listen, if they want to bring Bravo back, let's do it. I absolutely agree. Social Steph said whoever cast this season before the 90 days deserves an Emmy. Yes. BY said Kyle. Oh, I got that. Busola said Laura is delusional. Looking for a 20-something to protect and provide is crazy. She knows that, though. She knows that. All the Americans know. All the Americans are searching for these partners where they can have some power over. And she knows that this man will not be able to provide for her here in America. So all this conversation of him not being able to make money or whatever, it's just emasculating him. You know that. You know that he's not going to be able to work when he gets to America. You know that you are going to have to provide for him when he gets to America. You know that the only thing that you are wanting for him to provide is penis. You're playing this game with us on camera, trying to legitimize this relationship. We know what it is, Laura. We know what it is. So Steph. Oh my gosh. Ryan said dentist when Birkan. You know what? Some people don't value that stuff. Some people don't value that stuff. Hey, Simone. Simone said, hey, Star fam, came from a screening and came right on time for 90 Day Fiance. Thank you for being here. Mama Star said, please, Star family, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it to the channel. Tell a friend to join us. We always have a great time at NikkiStar TV. Thank you, Mama. 26. She's so young. So Steph. So young. So Steph said Diod has another woman who his family has for him for marriage, and I think that's what's happening. I don't think they're serious. He does not. He seems so checked out. He seems so checked out. Give me shelter said Americans oversharing is so cringe. They are too focused on making a show or going viral. I feel so too. I feel so too. I know Spency, because I really, really like that couple. And to see him like that, I'm not shocked because, somebody like that being caught up in the red pill movement makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, they both are. That's what brought them together. They both are. Tifa said, Nikki, were you able to watch the Dirty Talk documentary? No, I wasn't. That is on the docket, though. Thank you so much for mentioning that to me. Oh, yeah, my girl, she lies. Sheena lies, but we love her. We love her. Thank you. Busola said, Farest can't afford the K visa process. How will he get her to America? If anything, they're going to be asking Sheena for money. So Steph said, Farest said he's broke and she was saving for her visa with her own funds. And Sheena's dad was mad because he said, come on. And the parents are right. Give me shelter said, not Cookie Monster pajamas. Listen, we see the mother. We know what's going on there. We see the mother. We know what's going on there. Hey, Ramel, thank you for being here, even at lunch. Typical passport, bro. Typical passport, bro. So Steph said Trisha's a baddie and naturally beautiful. She is. So Steph said I was so upset about him calling her a gold digger because she asked him to buy her a bikini, but then says he's insecure about the excess money because he just wants her for sex. He doesn't see her as a human being. She is there to please him sexually, and that's it. And that's it. Mama said Trisha needs to get her green card and leave him alone. Here's the thing, Mom. I don't even think I think she has a good life where she is. I think she thinks that this is a real relationship. She'll go to America to be with him, but she's just like, if I want to go there, we're going to have a family and I'm going to have children. Like, this is what I want. If I'm uprooting my life for you, this is my absolutes. But she has a good life. I don't think she wants to go to America, but because she met a guy who's American, she'll do it. So Steph said he wants a traditional woman, but doesn't want to provide for a woman in a traditional way is insane. He wants a slave. He wants a sex slave. That's what it is. Trap wife and all that stuff, sex slave. Traditional woman, sex slave. That's it. That's it. Dear Show Podcast said Lisa's hair is fine. She just needs to comb. Daniel needs to take her to one of them shops in Nigeria and hook her up. No. He needs that long hair. Homebody Brit said, now, why do we need that detail? It was so, and then she's like rubbing his stomach. I had to stretch to be able to fit you. Sex tourists, that's what it is. She wanted us to know that her black man got a big old dingaling. She came to Nigeria and she got her BBC. That's what she wanted us to know. The Americans are what? Weird and overly freaked out. All of them. All of them. I'm mid-meal, mid-fried rice, and I heard stretch. Well, my dinner was over. My dinner was over. I said, did your mama really say that, Daniel? Oh, men will lie on everybody, even their mama. Even their mama. Usola said maybe he should have gotten a headband wig or something. I think she doesn't know what she's doing. I think she was doing that to attract a certain kind of man, but don't know what she's doing. So she's looking at the women who she thinks that certain kind of man likes and is doing what those women do, but don't really know what she's doing. I said, wig glue on the wig with a bang? What the hell is going on? F. Tinney said, Nikki, if you were in charge of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, what would you do to improve it? Fire everybody on the cast and get rid of that production team. Get a whole new production company and a production team. I would cast Hollywood it girls, Beverly Hills it girls. You have to have a wealthy Persian chick on that show. It's Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is full of wealthy Persian people. It has to happen. You got to have a starlet. You got to have either somebody who was an ex, big actress back in the day, or somebody who was trying to make their way to break in. I think the cast should go from 35 to 55. I think that's where it should stop. I think we need to have like some kind of a tech mogul, and there's somebody who got their money off of a tech that is now fleeting. I think we need to have a wife who got divorced from somebody who was very wealthy and made a really good deal and is still able to live off of those coins. And I also think we need to have somebody who is scandalous, somebody who is known to be a husband stealer, somebody who has some kind of controversy. I would say that it doesn't necessarily need to be diverse, but we should, if you're going to do Beverly Hills like that, you probably need to throw in different cultures. I would absolutely, if you're going to do a black girl on the show, you got to get a rich black chick from Baldwin Hills. If you're going to have an Asian girl on that show, then you got to get an Asian baddie that has money, knows how to spend it, and got a husband who will go to war for her. That's the best look for the Asian girls on these kinds of shows. But that's what I would do. They need to go younger. They need to go more current. And they need to go with people who want to be seen. Right? You don't want people who are too connected. They're not going to give us a show. You want people who are trying to get in circles, who are trying to get in these get in people's faces. So they're going to put on a show because it's entertainment as well. That's what I would do. Usola said, has anyone heard about the new Trap Wife show that Chris Harrison from The Bachelor is? Oh, I have not heard. I will not be watching, child. Just John said, Rick makes me so angry. Just an aging passport bro taking advantage of a young woman, hopefully for the better. Disgusting. I want him teaching tap. I don't want him teaching tap or anything else to young people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Typical passport bro. Typical. Anyway, guys, I am late for Love at the Lockup. Love during Lockup. Let me get out of here. We're going to talk about last week's episode and this week's episode tonight. Join me here at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, 10:30 EST. Love ya. See you soon. Bye. Next reality TV chat, I won't add as much. So if I'm going to do a review, I'm going to give myself more time so we won't have to rush. But thank you all for joining me. See you soon. Bye. Mwah.